and welcome to Sequel Podcast number 24. I'm Matt Bonta.
And I'm Kelly Stoll.
Well, Kelly, we're one away from 25.
25.
And you're not going to be on it. So.
Nope. Who is it, Olivia?
It'll be Melissa.
Melissa.
Melissa will be number 25, the quarter quell for the Hunger Games fans.
Ah.
What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I just hurt my hip popped and it hurt.
How old are you, 80?
Yes, I'm actually 81. I don't know if anybody told you.
They didn't. They told me you were 21. Who knew?
Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah.
So we've got a lot to talk about today. We were going to do like a romantic movie themed episode. So we'll try and stick to that as much as possible, but I've got other things to talk about too.
Yeah.
How long do you want a podcast for? Or?
I figured I'd probably be here till about 9-ish.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay, so we'll get a couple episodes in. Okay. All right, well then we'll do the first half romantic movies, and then I've got other things, like 7, to talk about. We'll talk about that in part 2.
Okay.
What have you watched recently that I let you borrow? Like,
Casablanca.
You know what? Before we even get into it,
Okay.
So we just finished the movie that you're in.
Yes, we did. We did.
So let me do your rap interview. Did you listen to the one I did with Mike?
I did.
He was very excited about that.
All 3 of them. I was cleaning the house the other day. And my Summer got pissed off at me because I had it on like a big speaker.
What do you listen to it on?
Huh?
What do you listen to it on?
Well, I usually just listen to it on my phone, but Summer has this like giant speaker you can plug your little iPod into it.
Yeah.
Well, it was like noon, and I'm cleaning the house. It needed to be deep cleaned horribly, so I'm cleaning it. So I, plugged it in. I'm sitting there listening to it while I'm cleaning, and I get a text from Summer, and she's like, "Can you turn that down, please?"
Oh, is she in her room?
Yeah, but she was sleeping apparently, and I was like, "It's like, oh my god!" I was like, "No!" And then I don't know. I was like, "Come on, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. A normal person would be up right now, so I'm cleaning."
That's
so
right.
No, I'm not turning it down. Sorry, Summer.
Yeah, I told Melissa not to listen to that second part because, like, it's kind of spoilerific for the movie.
Yeah, you guys tried really kind of hard to
eventually I just said, fuck it.
Yeah. I know, Mike's like, well, yeah.
I mean, we don't give away the main thing about
almost did, though. Mike almost slipped. And
did he really?
Then he saved it, yeah.
And, like, I'd say something stupid, like, I'm not even going to say it again.
Well,
but
we'll just,
anyway, so...
You almost gave it away.
Yeah, so, there's nothing really spoilerific as far as you go.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it to it.
But we'll more just talk about your experience instead.
Okay.
We don't really need to talk about Diane because I always talk about Diane.
Okay.
So how's it been? Like now that it's you started, you did everything in the middle, now it's all over with. So what was it like making a movie?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
Well, you've got other projects coming up.
I know. But it's like, I was like putting my costume away the other day. I'm like, I'm not going to be wearing this for a little while.
You're going to bring me tearing up because
sorry.
I'm getting that mental image of
because I've been it's been hanging up. I have this like little hanger on my door, and I've been putting it up there so that the cats can't get to it because it's black. I can't. So I didn't want cat hair and all that stuff, so I put it up there, and I actually finally put it away.
Stop it! Stop it!
I put it away.
I know how that is. You put something away for the last time.
What is that one thing Mr. Matthews always used to say?
Oh, we're not ending the show. We're not closing the show. What we're doing is we're just putting it to bed.
Yeah.
One day maybe again we'll get back together.
That's a good way to put it. But yeah, no, it was a really fun experience. I think I've talked about this before, but I haven't really been on like a movie set like that. Usually I'm so used to doing plays and
yeah.
It was kind of fun to switch this around, so you're not going in order. You're going,
whatever you have to do to fit the schedule.
That was kind of fun.
We mostly did it in order, though. I mean, as far as the script goes, it jumps back and forth in time.
Anyway, yeah, the script's already like that.
But we tried to shoot chronologically as much as possible. And so was it different to act in front of a camera without an audience?
I thought I thought I'd be nervous about it, but it really wasn't. I don't know. It's different because I've already thought about it, and I get more nervous going up on stage. than I would actually.
Oh yeah. Well, because you got everybody watching you.
Yeah, but then I was also worried too. I was like, well, I don't know Matt really well. I don't know Dakota. I thought it'd be really weird, but no. Once I was there, I did not give a shit. I didn't care, you know.
So when did you meet Dakota? Was it when we came to rehearse for the card game scene?
No, the first time I met Dakota was
at
the Dutch premiere.
That's
but it was
right.
like a quick, oh hello, hi, you know.
Exactly, which it was with me too. Did you even talk to anybody?
No, I don't think so. I sat there at the table.
Maybe the people you knew,
watching
like
the videos that you guys left some video on of all your movies.
Yeah. We had it on the little TV.
I just sat there and watched it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
You ate, right?
Kind of shy at first. Yeah, I did eat. But so yeah, that's when I met all of you guys, except for Greg and Patrick. I already knew those.
Patrick
two.
wasn't
there. But I was actually. I think Greg was the only person I talked to that night.
What about Olivia?
Kind of talked to Olivia.
Ty?
Yeah, I kind of talked to him. He was off doing his own thing, but I remember Greg sitting next to me and Mike sitting next to me. But
was Greg the only person to talk to you?
Yeah.
Greg's like that. Greg will talk to people.
So.
Well, I know. I grabbed Mike and I was like, "Hey, check out all my movies in here."
Yeah. Nope. And then I was left out there awkwardly, just sitting there watching the TV. Okay.
Well, it's hard for me as the host to because I got to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And like you said, I just met you.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Melissa didn't talk to you at all?
She said hi.
That's it. I know that she was very impressed with your handshake as well as I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That day? You actually remember that day?
Well, Melissa's this huge feminist. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of a feminist too. I was thinking about it today.
Kind of, yeah.
And
I could see that with you.
Can you really?
Yeah, I mean, you created Diane, so...
Yeah, but I make fun of women a lot.
Yeah, everybody does, though. I make fun of women, too.
Yeah, so... But, Melissa, she had her sister there, and, whenever her sister's around, it's kind of gotta pay attention to my sister.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anybody. She doesn't know any of us.
Yeah.
And, she went to school with me. Her sister did. We were in the same grade. So we graduated together.
Yeah.
Because I'm 3 years older than Melissa is. So she was a freshman when I was a senior. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Okay, so that's when you met Dakota.
Yeah. And you and Melissa. Yeah.
Who else was there? Oh, my sisters were there. They showed up late. I was kind of disappointed with the way that that premiere went because everyone was kind of laughing and talking through it. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Through the movie?
Yeah. I mean, when we've shown any other movie, everyone's just kind of watching it, laughing at the movie if it's funny,
but not really,
not really talking through it. It kind of turned into a mystery.
Come on, okay, stop it.
Kind of turned into a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing, and
yeah.
And after all was said and done, I guess people were kind of disappointed with Dutch, and I understand. I say it all the time, as Dutch was kind of like this abortion that wasn't supposed to be what it was.
I didn't think Dutch was that bad. I don't think it was that bad at all.
But I don't know. What does Mike think of it? I didn't think he was all that impressed with it.
I really don't know.
Well, I know he was, because there's a scene where I've got the music playing where him and Dakota start to fight.
Yeah.
And they've got lines, and they were kind of pissed off about that.
I think that's the only part he was disappointed in. That's the part, I was kind of, I thought it was, I definitely thought it could have been maybe set up a little better or something, but other than that, I thought it was I actually enjoyed it.
Right.
And it definitely, looked, I don't know if you guys got a new camera or something, but compared to the old movies that you guys have done, it just, the way it looked, it was a lot more clear, it wasn't as grainy. I thought it looked really good.
Well, it was, because you hadn't seen Patriot Zombie before that.
No.
Or the Christmas movie?
Not till recently.
Yeah, so I guess it would be a new camera to you.
Yeah.
Because Crime America and Dread and Terror were both filmed on Patrick's camera, and those were little CDs. And we would put them into the computer.
Yeah.
So the quality would probably be less. And Dakota was really upset with the way the movie turned out. He went and talked to Melissa about it because of the sound issue.
Yeah.
And I was kind of heartbroken about that. I was like, really?
Aww.
I know. But that's the story of Dutch. It was a cheese movie, and Patrick disappeared and became something else.
It had to be something else. It happens.
Yeah. So
that's what's gonna make up for it.
The Street Meets Pavement?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Because I guess Dutch was the last movie that was made. Mm-hmm. Fucking in 2011. Here we are in 2013 making another movie. Yeah, I had this idea for a vampire movie when I was in Denver at the place that I worked. It was kind of like a reverse from Dusk Till Dawn. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So, like, it'd be kind of like where they're all inside waiting for the vampires to get inside also. Mm-hmm. But at one point, they all get inside, and that's like the second half of the movie. Mine would be they'd be trying to keep them out, and it would just be them inside. Because I worked at this job that kind of looked like... Have you ever played Resident Evil? Mm-hmm. It's there's like these rooms that lead into other rooms that you need to get through, and I was like, wow, this would make a great movies thing.
Yeah. That's cool.
But that never happened. So, working with Dakota and everybody.
It's fun working with everybody. Patrick's just a kick in the pants to work with anyway. Cracks me up. And then Justine, she's really sweet. I really like Justine a lot. I got along with her like super quick the first day I met her.
Right.
I was really surprised. I was like, oh, this is
well,
awesome.
I mean, you're like a really nice person. It's not like Justine's a bitch or anything.
Yeah, but it's hard to like it. It always depends on the other person though too, because you can be totally open. The other person is like, "F you," like, don't talk to me. You know.
Which is
like,
what we wanted you to do,
yeah,
Justine.
Right. And I was like, oh, but we got along really great. I really like Justine a lot. And
well, do you get along with girls?
Yeah, I get along with girls for the most part.
Yeah. Because there are some, like Melissa doesn't really get along with very many girls. Like, she doesn't have very many friends with girls.
If you were to ask me which I prefer boys. Really? But I mean, I try to find a good in everybody. I try not to judge off of that. But girls, I mean, I can never join a sorority. We'll just say that. Like, I can never be surrounded by girls 24/7. It would drive me absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah.
There's no way. I'd rather be stuck in a room of boys. Not just saying because I think men are attractive and all that, but I don't know. There's just like,
Is that where your head goes?
Get along with them a little better, and it's not. I don't feel like I want to like scratch their eyes out or something. You know what I mean?
Right. You like to hang out with the dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well be one when you're around them, right?
Yeah. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I definitely would prefer.
Yeah, because that's the way Melissa was, and she was always one of us when like, it was a bunch of us guys getting together, and because she didn't really have any girlfriends, like Allie was like the only person that she was friends with, and then that turned sour.
Sorry, yeah.
So.
Well, I've only got like a handful of girlfriends, and I've been friends with them forever. It's not like they just I'm not huge on gathering girlfriends that I've just met. Most of my friends, like Summer, I've known since I was 8. Sam, my friend Sam, known since I was 9. Mm-hmm. Christy, I've known since middle school, and then Wendy, kind of from high school. But it's like I seem to keep those like group of friends.
Yeah, people you've known forever.
Yeah, forever. But.
I mean, do you find yourself like hanging out with Mike's friends a lot more, or like getting along with like?
Yeah, I think I get along with them. I don't see them that often, other than
like all the
guys,
airsoft guys.
Airsoft guys, yeah. I mean, if we go to like little barbecues, I mean, I'm completely open with all of them. They're all really nice guys. I really like his airsoft friends. Yeah, I've never met a friend of Mike's that I didn't like. I've had disagreements with some of them, but not that I don't like them.
Anybody I know?
Ty, I've had disagreements with him.
Right.
Disagreements with him, but I lived with him, so it's different. It's a little different when you live with somebody.
Oh man, you should have seen him and his brother together back in the day.
TJ and Ty?
Yeah. It was always an awkward shit show.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Those two.
Twins, yeah.
That's them. But, yeah, and then Dakota's really nice too. I like Dakota a lot. He's kind of goofy.
He's a very goofy guy.
He's very goofy, and I can totally see why him and Mike, they have good chemistry together. They just crack me up. Really
good
funny.
Chemistry? In what way?
Yeah, I mean, they just, like, play off of each other. Like, when you get them, like, which is weird because, like, they don't really encounter each other at all in this movie.
Except for once.
For once. But,
same with me.
But, like, you get them, like, in a room together while hanging out, they just crack jokes the entire time. You know?
Well, they're trying to one-up each other the entire time.
I guess it is,
That's exactly what it is.
What's the word? Manly men? They just...
Alpha males?
Yeah. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Like gorillas pounding on their chest. You know?
That's exactly what they're doing. And And Mike wasn't able to hit that punching bag harder than Dakota was.
No, he wasn't.
It was fucking scary.
I know,
the
scary.
way
I
Dakota
know. We were all sitting there watching you guys, like, oh my god.
I thought the machine was gonna break when Dakota hit it. I was like, I'm glad that's not my face.
So don't get in a fight with Dakota. Mm-hmm. Got it.
And he's the guy. He's only like Mike and Melissa's age. He's the same age as all of them.
Yeah.
How old is Mike?
25.
25, and Dakota just turned 25 like last Monday.
Yeah.
And like he's lived like this really experienced life. He was the guy that did like all the drugs and got drunk and partied.
Yeah.
And then he got accused of raping somebody, and he was like, "Fuck that," and he just quit it all. Yeah, done.
Yeah.
And he was on like probation for the longest time, and only until like last year at some point.
Yeah.
So he became Mr. Clean.
Interesting.
And like he doesn't really do church anymore. I've talked to him about this. He doesn't really do it anymore. But he was a self-professed Catholic, so like he wanted to find a religion, and he chose it himself. It wasn't what he was raised to do, and anything like that. And like I give him a lot of credit for just knowing that he wanted to do something and researching everything and choosing one that was best for him.
Interesting. Cool. I didn't know that about Dakota.
Yeah, no, Dakota's this extremely, I don't know, abstract guy, and like I love talking to him. You've listened to the podcast with him, right? And there are other ones with me, him, and Melissa on the website too, and like I don't know, he's getting a little crazy nowadays with the anti-government stuff, but
it's like Mike.
It's
like that one day they were sitting here talking, and I'm like, oh great, you guys just like opened a can of worms. We're gonna sit here and talk about this forever now.
Yeah. When Olivia showed up at the party, it's
not that I don't care about that kind of stuff, but it's not. I feel like
it's not.
I feel
right
like
here in front of me.
I don't know. It just. I feel like it doesn't do any. I mean, it does good. I don't know how to explain it. It just. Nobody can ever win. Like you get to talking about that kind of stuff, and there's no solving anything. It's all opinion. There's no.
It is. It's all conjecture.
And so I just get. It frustrates me. It pisses me off. So I'd rather just not deal with it at all.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Okay.
Because Dakota brings it up almost every time I see him.
I know.
And
and Mike tries to talk to me about it, and I'm just like, He's like, what, you're not going to argue? I'm like, no, Mike, I'm not going to get into this with you. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
There's nothing going on right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I got other things
there's nothing knocking at my door threatening me with this. So until it does.
I'm paranoid.
Exactly.
I have trust that things will work themselves out. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Dakota, he's great.
Yes.
And then Greg is always great. He's there's things about Greg I did not know about till we did this movie though. Like I've always seen him as kind of like he's kind of quiet to me, and he seemed like kind of a gentle soul to me, and but he's actually kind of goofy too. He can get kind of funny, and he like he just picks on me, and it's fun. Like he'll just come and poke me, or he'll like do something while I'm trying to fix something up. He'll just get in my way, or like it's just silly, and it cracks me up, and then but I've noticed how strict he gets with certain things. I've never seen that in Greg. Like you two always, like a mom and dad, basically. And it's just you guys. It's just really funny. And he's like, okay, can we do this again?
I was fighting with him yesterday too.
And but you need somebody to challenge you, and he definitely does that. You guys both do that for each other, and I mean, you still work it out. I mean, I know you guys argue, but it's still, you find that middle ground, or you're just like, fine, whatever, do what you want, I give up.
Right.
But no, yeah, I like Greg a lot, and I've known him a long time. But this is the first time I've actually gotten to like really get to know him, because I've only seen him at parties, or he'd come into theater. He did the lighting shows for the ones I was in. I know that he dated Heather, and who else?
He dated Heather. He dated the fuck was her name?
Heather.
Holly.
No, he dated my friend Taylor. Ooh, God, I don't know why he ever did that. Why did you do that, Greg? Why did you date Taylor Gillian?
We're asking you right now,
Gosh,
Greg.
why?
Call in. Skype in. We've got a Skype line open.
Right. It didn't last very long anyway.
This isn't
I think
live.
He finally understood and was like, see ya.
Well, I'm not going to talk about Greg's love life.
Am I leaving somebody out?
Me?
Yeah, I don't know about Matt. I don't know. We're just not gonna talk about this. No, you're awesome.
We barely work together too.
Oh, but you were there all the time, though. Like, I mean, like on the other side of the camera.
As the writer and producer and director, I had to be there, but yeah.
You're my long lost brother, Matt. I heard you talking about this with Mike, and I was like, yes, I totally agree. I can see that.
You and Patrick are both totally like the siblings I never
brother
had.
I never had because I've had one little sister, you know. So it's just, yeah, I can definitely see that, and I feel exactly the same way.
Cool.
But, no, this is your movie, and you got me in this, and this is awesome.
And there's more on the way. I was actually telling. Well, I guess I was only telling Patrick about this, but I was thinking, like, okay, so when we do these short films, I'm probably just going to edit them and post them right away.
Okay.
And not do, like, a short film anthology.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I want to probably get some more horror-themed stuff in time for October and just kind of put those up.
There you go, for, like, you know, Halloween season.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if you go, like, oh, it's October, we got to make a Halloween movie, well, it won't be done until Christmas.
Yeah.
So now's the time to do it and have it done in time for Halloween.
Gotcha.
So, like, the Toilet Monsters, I'll probably edit it, but not put it up. I'll probably save it until October.
Yeah.
But the Cheese and Diane one will definitely go up right away.
Okay.
And I'm super stoked about that one.
I know, me too. I can put my costume. No, I can't. No.
It changes.
Yeah, it does change. I was just thinking that too. Damn it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But you'll always have it.
I will always have it. I'll end up wearing it for something else. Maybe I'll wear it to the premiere night.
Maybe.
There. That's what I'll do. My costume.
You'll stay in character. What is it on Tropic Thunder? He's like, I stay in character until the DVD commentary. Which I also want to do. I want to do a commentary.
That would be fun.
I want to do one with me, Patrick, and Greg, and then I want to get everyone else together for the other one.
Gotcha.
All the leads. So it'll be you, Mike, Dakota, Olivia, and Justine. Olivia's in this movie also. Have you met Olivia, Kelly?
No. Yeah, but I never see her. Our characters never meet in this movie at all. The first time I saw her this entire time was at the rap party.
Yeah.
That was the only time I saw Olivia.
So we've been working on this movie. Let's say the end of May.
Okay.
End of May we were doing read-throughs and handing out the script.
Yeah.
So like 2 months. Let's say 2 months. You guys were in the same movie and you never crossed paths until then. I love stories like that.
And Mike and I either.
Yeah,
there's that one pass by where he goes by my car and it's like, hi Mike, bye Mike, you know?
Yeah, because you guys never crossed paths.
Never crossed paths either.
Which I also think is very cool. Yeah. Is that everybody in this movie? Have you worked with any of the extras?
No.
Olivia did.
It was always the core people. I mean, it was you and Patty.
Oh, that's right. You weren't.
Dakota. That's it. I was with all you boys and Justine.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But
I've seen everybody. I mean, I've seen Mike act. I didn't get to see Olivia act, but Mike did a really good job.
Oh God, Olivia's amazing. I wish she listened to this. I mean, she still has doubts about herself, but like.
I cannot wait to see the interaction between her and Patrick. That's one of the things I'm most looking forward to.
It's like the most amazing.
I want to cry.
It's like when it's raining and they're in the boat in the Notebook and they get out and she's like, "You wrote me?"
Yeah.
No, it's not like that at all. But
still,
that was a very emotional scene in that movie. And it's an extremely emotional scene. And you know what? Editing the end of the movie also, where she pops up again, it got me just as much. And I was like, oh my God, no!
I wrote this. I know what's happening, and I'm still upset about it.
Oh, the whole fucking movie's that way. How
long is it? How long does it come out to be?
An hour and 45 minutes. Wow. Not including the post-credit scene or the credits at the end, or that last card game scene that we went and dubbed.
Gotcha.
So none of that's included in the hour and 45, but I am cutting some stuff.
Okay.
For pacing reasons. I don't know if I said on a podcast, but I'm going to cut all that stuff with you and Justine out where
which stuff?
You're going over all the detectives.
What, you mean those like huge dialogue?
Yeah,
I figured that was going to be in there because of that whole.
I wanted to be animated, and if not animated, we had a secondary idea where we would just kind of take pictures and throw them in there, but there's no time for that.
I mean, that other scene where Justin and I explains it just fine anyway. But
Well, you don't go over the detectives in the movie because we never filmed it.
Well, I think because there's another part, didn't it? It was like a repeat, and you're like, we'll just film this anyway.
No. We just. Greg was like, we're gonna cut that out, so it's not in the movie.
Oh, it's not in it at all. So that whole
do you remember doing that? We never filmed that.
So the whole thing with Justine and I is gone?
No, just the monologue stuff. I think there's a second half to that where she's like, you're like, what do you do?
Okay.
I think that's the second half.
Okay,
all that
so
stuff's in there.
Gotcha.
All the face touching and whatnot's in there.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna cut out mine and Dakota's dialogue that we have back and forth, where we're talking about you, and we're talking about Dutch, and we're talking about Officer Brown.
Is that in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
When you guys are like driving somewhere, cutting that out?
Yeah, it's just me and him talking, and I just put that in there to pad the script.
Gotcha.
Same with the other scene with you and Justine.
You don't really need it, and then watching it now, you're like, okay, that was...
Well, knowing now that we have an hour and 45 minutes, that we can cut some stuff out to keep it for pace and reasons, and then I'll also probably cut out the scene with me and Summer where she cuts my hand and scratches my face.
Yeah.
So because that really slows down the movie, and it's right at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So we need to get the movie going. So that's gone.
Sorry, Summer.
Well, she's right there in the beginning with Patrick. So
you'll see her. Yeah, you'll see her in the NA meeting too.
That's right. She is in the NA meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But I cutting those out, I'll probably put them online right away. Deleted scenes. So
yeah, there you go.
So you'll see those before the movie comes out.
Do the outtakes yet? Have you done it?
No, I haven't been doing anything with those.
Okay. Well, I have a request. You should use Summer 69 as the background music for it.
Maybe. It's gonna be long enough that I can put a couple songs. I'm gonna do Love Shack.
Okay.
But that can definitely be in there.
That one, like, every time I hear that song, it reminds me
when we filmed at the bar.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. Just that moment, and it was just, and I think Greg filmed some of it. That was
I've got some
of
that.
That was a good time. Yeah, it was funny.
Patrick's dad comes in. Like, what's going on?
Music on.
No, I think it's just like a free one to get people going and keep the music going. I didn't think it was gonna go.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So, any other thoughts on the movie now that it's over and done with?
I can't wait to see it.
Well, maybe we'll show you a little preview.
I can't stop. Mike and I are so repetitive with each other. Like, we both say, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it. Like, it's like, I think almost every day we say it at least.
Really?
Yeah.
God, and I'm sitting here like, what am I going to watch tonight?
Good, nothing to do. Which reminds me, would it be possible to invite my parents to the premiere party?
I don't see why not the premiere party.
Well, the premiere night is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's why I posted the event to see.
It's on the +1, but Mike's already going.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that's two right there.
Yeah,
Mike's
so
+1 and your
+1.
Yeah. And that's why I want to know is like, who doesn't need any extra to see how many seats we have at the end?
Yeah.
So, because I know people do have family and everything like that.
I know they'd be really excited. They keep asking me, is it done yet? And my dad's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see it. And he gets all stoked about it. I'm like, you know how cool? They would probably be so stoked if I was like, you should come to the premiere. They'd be so excited. And so if I can do that, that would be really nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's no one that's not invited.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of how many seats we have at the end. Exactly.
Okay, well, I will ask them, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be yes, so.
Okay, so that's your and Mike's +1 for now. Because you also have a sister. Mm-hmm. Mike's got a mom. And everyone's got family. Patrick's got family. Greg's got family. I don't know, who wants what to see what.
Yeah.
I don't, because I don't think Greg, I think Greg kind of looks down at the material that we write. Because he's a super religious guy. He goes to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
He does it, though. He still does it.
He does do it.
Yeah,
I remember
good.
I put him in a movie.
I mean, like Dutch. And, like, he just killing people the entire time. So.
Well, that's like after
that's
he's
revenge.
been. That's after he's been with us for a few years. And
for the first time, was he like, no, I'm not doing this.
Well, I wrote this movie called Stead Boulevard, and it's based on William Shakespeare's *The Merry Wives of Windsor*. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of going to be my first movie, and we were using TJ's camera, and we only ever filmed for 2 days. And Greg was in it, and like I don't think I'd ever heard him cuss before, and like he fucked up a line, and he was like, "Fuck." And I was like, oh shit!
You actually said it!
This was back in 2005. So, and as Dutch, I kind of kept them from cussing, like in Crime America.
But I kind of built the character a little bit, though. That's definitely, you notice it in this movie too.
Is what?
You know, his dialogue, the things that he says. It's not, hey buddy, like, hey asshole,
Yeah.
He's very, I thought I told you guys this is gonna be a nice game. He's just kind of the fatherly figure trying to get everybody.
But when me and Patrick are fighting, he's like, hey, stop acting like a couple little bitches.
Does he say bitches?
Yeah, he says bitches.
It wasn't supposed to be that way.
It wasn't supposed to be that.
He
said it, and I was like, okay, it sounds fine.
It's right. He's older now. He can say stuff like that, right?
Yes, he can.
Older and wiser.
And well, obviously he doesn't die at the end of Dutch, but maybe he did. But obviously he didn't if he's back in this movie. So.
Of Dutch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, at the end
of. Is he supposed to die in Dutch?
Well, he's shot, and he gets in his truck, and he drives
away.
So, well, have you ever seen Shane?
No.
Have you ever seen The Negotiator?
Nope.
Well, in The Negotiator, Samuel L. Jackson kind of takes all these guys hostage, and he brings in Kevin Spacey to be the hostage negotiator, and he's like, oh, you like westerns? Have you ever seen Shane? He's like, yeah, no, I like westerns where the hero like lives at the end. Or no, he's like, oh, you picked the bad movie because the hero dies at the end. He's like, oh, no. Shane doesn't die. He's like, no, see, it's a common misconception that Shane was shot and he's riding away on his horse, but he slumps over and he dies. And he's like, no. He's not dead. He's still alive. And he's like, no, he died. And he's like, no, he's still alive. And so that was kind of my Shane ending of Dutch. It's like getting in the truck is symbolic of getting onto a horse.
Okay.
And maybe he drives away and bleeds to death. Or maybe he doesn't.
Well, obviously he didn't
he didn't die. Because before I wrote Street Meets Pavement, I was going to write the next Dutch movie. But then we came up with Street Meets Pavement. So there is something that goes on between Street Meets Pavement and Dutch. Okay. In fact, the line in the movie when Dutch first gets cheese, and he gets up out of the truck, and he's like, are you taking a piss, dude? And then he gets and he's talking to him. He's like, how are you? And he's like, is that blood? Because there's like blood on his shirt because he left right away from what happened in the previous movie that isn't made to go get cheese.
Oh, okay. I was curious why that was.
And I never finished those short stories.
Oh, okay.
On Facebook,
gotcha.
So.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense now.
Is that everything?
We
were just talking about Street Meets Pavement,
okay.
So.
Yeah, I think that's it. Do you have anything else to say? How'd you like working with everybody?
Very well. Okay, I've never gotten this before. You know what? It was definitely an experience. It was nerve-wracking working with Greg because I didn't know it was going to be like that. I didn't know he was going to be that guy. I had no idea that's how it was going to go.
Yeah.
Like I hated it every step of the way, but like I'm glad that he was there doing that.
Yeah.
We got a better movie out of it. Because if he wasn't around to direct and I was. It'd probably go by a lot faster.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have as much footage. It would still be the same footage we have. Like, we'd save a lot of time.
Yeah.
But, like, it'd be a different movie.
Yeah.
Like, and there are directors, real directors who work like I do, where it's just like, say your line and get it on the first take.
Yeah, different tastes. That's all right.
A lot of mine also, I like to, be like, like Greg was trying to pull at your place this last time that we filmed. I like to say, okay, this is just a rehearsal and I'll film it anyways, and if it's good enough take, because sometimes the pressure's on when you know that you're being filmed.
Yeah.
So you can practice it and get it right, and then when you go to actually film it, maybe you'll start laughing, or you'll flub a line.
Or if you say it, you do it so many times and it starts to lose its meaning.
Exactly. So I like to do a lot of rehearsal takes. Working with everyone else, it's been the same. Me and Mike had butted a lot. Mainly because of his agreements with the script.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like old times.
What about Justine? Have you ever?
You know what? I did at least one play with Justine. She never really got cast in any plays. She was in Camelot as an extra. And I had a named part in Camelot. I had one line out of like a 2.5 hour musical.
Yeah.
I had one line. So I was almost an extra in that. I was like one line above being an extra.
Yeah.
And but Justine was in that with me.
Did you like her as Jenny? I mean, obviously you did. To the fact that you.
She did do it.
Basically hired her to do it.
Right.
You got her to do it, but.
She did do a good job.
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed though that like watching the footage of her is different than actually seeing her do it in person. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, it's like I heard you, when you and Mike were talking about Justine, not Justine, but like Jenny's part, is that you try to make her as strong as you could.
Yes, it's in the script.
But you know what? I respectfully disagree. I think that I haven't seen really any footage of Jenny's character, but I've seen her act, and
you don't think that she can do it, or
no. I think that she doesn't need to be. She's strong, but in ways that Cheese doesn't have. She's strong for him in ways that he's
mentally
not.
Strong.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of the damsel in distress, but she's not. She's not physically strong. She can't fight.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. I know exactly what you're saying.
There's things about her that she is very strong in aspects that help Cheese, but he makes up for it for what aren't her strengths.
So like maybe, I'm agreeing with you. I see what you're saying. Like maybe if she was physically strong as well, it might be a little too much.
Yeah, I think it would be, because to me, even reading Jenny, like when I came in that first day, I automatically like imagined her to be this really, just kind and gentle person, very, very laid back. I mean, obviously she has a past and she has a lot of baggage, but that's made her wiser and that's made her, she's this very kind person.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Justine, uses her voice to make, for Jenny, like sitting, seeing, watching her.
Oh, when we were filming.
With Patrick and her, oh, hi, it's just, I don't know. I think she did a really good job. That's the personality, and I like it.
Right. Like I said in the script, I wrote her like, I can't talk about it here because it's spoiler wise, but she is definitely stronger in the script. But what she did bring to it, like you were saying, is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's
kind of works.
Deepens her character a lot more.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is like a badass and extremely mentally strong and just can do anything. And you're right. Everything that you just said is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I just think it works with Cheese because finally somebody actually, I think, truly does need him in certain ways, and he likes that.
Yeah.
He can actually be a hero for somebody because he's never been a hero. He's always been that bad guy.
You're gonna make me cry thinking about that too. In fact, that scene that we filmed where they're on the couch, you listened to the last podcast I did with Melissa where we talked about our first year together?
Yeah.
When we talk about when we're laying on the couch together after seeing Rocky Horror Picture Show, I kind of pulled that for that scene.
Yeah.
So Melissa, if you're listening, now you know. Spoiler alert, you got something to look for. Jenny is very much the character. Her relationship with Cheese is very much I pulled from my relationship with Melissa at the beginning of our relationship.
Gotcha.
So that's where all that comes from. Now you know, Melissa, you fucker. And working with Patrick. It was really different this time because he's always been Cheese as the drug addict and out of control, and seeing him not be that in this movie. But that's what Patrick is like now too. This isn't just his character. This is Patrick. This is art imitating life. Exactly what he's kind of got. I mean, despite the whole relationship thing. I mean, you said he's had a relationship since then, but it wasn't like the huge deciding factor of his change. But anyway, go ahead. Thinking about it, I was thinking about it today, how Patrick, he got into this huge fight with his mom because she thought he was on drugs again. And, I was thinking, maybe it's because that was when we were still filming the flashback stuff, and he was still kind of like this coked up bad guy. Mm-hmm. And so maybe he didn't really break the character too much in his actual life.
Yeah.
And, I was telling him, every time I say bitch now, I say it the way Patrick says it in this movie, as the flashback cheese.
Yeah.
Because he says it with this growl and this intensity in it. And so whenever I say bitch, I say it like that.
Yeah.
I've never ever called anyone a bitch in a mean kind of way, but I'll say it when I'm around Patrick.
Yeah.
Because it's really harsh. And I even the take that he says it in, I took it and dubbed it over a different part in the movie where he says bitch because I liked it.
You liked the way he
said
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said that that's what he said to his mom, and he said bitch that way to her. And I was like, you know what? I think maybe it's because of that character that he was kind of
just kind of came out.
Yeah, and she might have seen that as something else.
Freaked her out a little bit.
But I guess they're getting together tomorrow night, so and it's his birthday Friday.
Okay.
So
I'm really proud of Project. I don't know, like it sounds really.
No, I am too. I even told him like right when I got back and started hanging out with him, I was like, dude, I'm really proud of you.
For the longest time, me and a lot of my friends, even from theater, thought he was, probably dead. I don't know. We never heard from him, but I'm really proud of him. I mean, that's really good. He's, changed for the better, and I was talking to Mr. Turner. I told Patrick this.
He told me about this.
But Pat and Mr. Turner, I see him at Great Basin all the time. Comes in and he's been seeing the pictures we've been posting. He's like, how's Reigelsberger doing? I'm like, oh, he's doing really good. So I was telling him that he's cleaned up and he has a full-time job. He's a manager somewhere, and he's like, oh, it's so good. He's like, I'm glad. He's all, that's too much. It's too much potential to be wasting.
No shit.
So I was really afraid that he would just, just stop. Just stop acting and stop caring about his life and all that stuff.
You made me start crying again.
I know, but I am. I'm proud of him too.
Yeah, no, I told him that. I was like, I'm proud of you, dude. I was with him when he first got into everything.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it was over a girl. Have you seen the Bathroom Humor trailer?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Reynolds.
In that Bathroom Humor trailer, when we were filming Bathroom Humor, he was filming Podesta and her making out in a scene, and that's what fucked him up. And he started drinking because his dad always kept booze at the bar area in his house. And
it's so funny because his father was a cop too. That's why I always thought that was so ironic.
Yeah, so I've been with him every step of the way, and I fought with him and told him I didn't want to be friends with him anymore, when he was at his lowest and everything, and we always find our way back to each other, so. And I was talking to him right before Christmas, this last one, and he was like, oh, I've got a girlfriend now, and she loves movies, loves Quentin Tarantino, and I was like, that's awesome. And then after Christmas, I never heard from him again.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know what, the last time he got fucked up, or the first time he got fucked up, was over a girl. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened again.
Yeah.
And essentially, it is what happened. So I wasn't wrong, but he didn't fall very far, so he was able to keep up with everything he did.
Yeah.
I mean, it fucked with his head, but his dad was like, talked to him, was like, hey, I got this and this and this out of it, move on, it's okay. And so he did, and
gotcha.
And I was able to hook up with him again when I got back in town and got this movie going, and life is looking
good
up.
For both of you guys.
Good for both of us, because we were both fucked up
you.
at the same time, and we both needed, something to get us motivated again.
Yeah, well, hopefully he keeps going that way. Patrick, you better keep going the way you're going. Go to LA, become famous, stay clean, and then get all of us into your movies. We'll be happy.
Exactly. or get us started on our own movie with
a
real budget so that we can
come back to Reno and never know. You
never know.
That's why he's going.
Well, I told him, he can do his thing on that end. We'll hold the fort over here, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Keep shit going. Keep shit alive.
Keep in contact, though. Don't forget about all of us.
That's right, motherfucker. And don't get swallowed up by Hollywood. L.A.
It's a lovely, lovely place.
It's a great place to go, but even better to live.
I would never, ever, 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 ever live there.
My sister lived there.
Couldn't do it.
She misses it.
Really?
Yeah, she's up in Oregon now.
You just have to be, I know.
I would hate to live there also.
And does it suits a certain personality. I couldn't, like I said. And I have family that lives down there too, and they live in a pretty decent part of LA because it's just made up of so many different little, cities. But
yeah.
It's too big.
All the actors and shit live in the Hollywood Hills, and they live in good neighborhoods.
Yeah, right. I know. It's just no, thank you.
Because Kevin Smith talks about it all the time. I listen to his podcast. Yeah, he talks about that all the time. So, I honestly, like, when me and Melissa went down there the last time, when we went down there to Six Flags and Universal Studios, and we were really, really big into Food Network.
Yeah.
And we're like, where did Guy Fieri go to? And, like, we went to try and find this place that he went to, and it was a bitch getting down there, a bitch getting back, all for food. Yeah, it's...
I don't know, like, it's beautiful. There's parts of it that are beautiful. Like I say, I have family.
We drove up on Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous, and then you get, there's those, then the people just kind of suck. They're all kind of snotty, and either they're crackheads, or, it's just, it's very extreme. All the extremes are down there. But like I said, it's fun to visit, but could I live there? No.
Yeah.
Permanently? No. Hell no.
So you're going to Disneyland.
We're going.
Where are you staying?
First week of October. We're staying at the Fairfield Hotel, which is literally right across the street.
Okay. Have you ever stayed at one of the hotels, the official ones?
Last winter, this last November, we went and stayed at the Disneyland Hotel. Mike's mom got like this huge settlement from injuring her shoulder in Reno PD. She got a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so that year she's like, well, you know what, I'll pay extra to go stay at the Disneyland Hotel, because none of us have stayed. Well, her and Mike have a while ago, but my parents and I have always stayed in some little dinky hotel, outside the park. And they're like, okay, fine, we'll spoil it. So we went, and it wasn't the best trip we've ever had. You can't not have fun at Disneyland.
Old.
It's just, we usually enjoy ourselves very, very much, but when we went...
It was just the two of you? Or
no, it was our families. Okay. It was Mike's mom, my parents, my sister, and her friend, and Mike and I. And we went... My mom had just found out she was diabetic. And she wasn't on any medication yet. And she wasn't sure how to control it. So she wasn't eating like she should have. And I don't know if you've ever met anybody that has diabetes, but they're high and low. And it's not fun. Drives you insane. Like, one minute she's fine, next minute she's crashing, she's cranky, she's cussing, it's just, she's not fun to be around when she's like that. And like I said, no medication, just found out. My mom's a very emotional person as it is, so she was just, it was horrible. And then Mike's mom had just found out she had breast cancer. And so everything was you know what I mean? Like, everybody was stressed out. My mom was freaking out.
It's the right place at the wrong time.
And Mike and I were butting heads a little bit because we were stressed out because of our parents. And it was... Yeah, we enjoyed ourselves, but the first 2 days, it was rough.
How long were you there for?
We were there for 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of
Thank God for that last day.
I have never, Mike and I stayed up one night, kind of fighting. We're trying to figure it out, but we stayed up super late outside of the Disneyland Hotel pool. And, it was just horrible. And after this, Mike and I both decided, from now on, it's going to be just you and me. We're not doing this family stuff anymore. Not for a while, at least, till things cool down, because it was just, everybody was butting heads. Like I said, you can't not have fun in Disneyland, but it definitely could have been funner or better, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Mike and I, that's why we're going this time by ourselves, so that we don't have to deal with all of that.
So you're staying right across the street, on which side?
It's okay, so
So here's where the hotels are. Here's where the Disneyland Hotel is, and then here's where the park entrance is.
Because you have the Disneyland Hotel, and then you have Downtown Disney.
Yes.
And then there's a street. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember the name of the street now. Flower? Something? I don't know. But then there's there's that strip of hotels right outside the entrance to Disneyland. Fairfield is a little bit north of that on that exact street, so it's walking distance. You can only take...
Maybe that's where we stayed.
Just 6-7 minutes to walk into the entrance.
Is it over the freeway?
And no.
That's where we stayed. So here's the Disneyland, or no. So here's that street.
Yeah.
And here's Downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And then we were staying at one that was right over the freeway. So we walked from there. So we're walking over the freeway. So we were able to look.
And I know what you're talking about. Yeah, ours is on the other side of the freeway. So it's the actual. It's I can see Space Mountain from our hotel room.
I'm not sure if we could see.
It's called Fairfield, but we've stayed there. The last couple times we've gone, we've stayed there. Out of all those hotels right on that little strip, it's the cheapest.
Okay.
And it's decent rooms. It's not too bad. But yeah, we stayed there. Mike and I have gone by ourselves once before, the year before the last, and it was great. The good price, and you get you buy the package through the hotel room.
Yeah.
Through the hotel or whatever,
and the flight, right?
Not the flight. Flight's separate.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you can, but it's still a little more expensive. It's actually it's still cheaper to go separate and get another. But yeah, so we go stay there, and there's like a little restaurant. Is it Mimi's? I can't remember what it's called. Something like that. But you can actually order to go in the morning, and they'll actually deliver breakfast to your room. So while we're getting ready, we're sitting there eating breakfast, and then we can get to the park faster. Because most families, like even with my family before I even saw Mike, we would get ready, then go to breakfast, and then go in the park. And by that time, it was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or something. It's better to get in there early.
Why would you wait that long? You gotta get in line an hour beforehand.
We get up at like 7, but then like...
You want to be that family that gets to say, or whatever they say.
Yeah. But yeah, takes forever. We've got 3 girls, my mom, my dad, my mom, my sister, and I, and we just take forever to get ready in the morning.
Women.
I know, right?
What was I gonna say? You made me think about something. Oh, when we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, there was like this little shop downstairs that we would always go to and get like bear claws.
Yeah.
That's where we would go for breakfast when we stayed
like a little cafe kind of area.
It was like the only thing that was open.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's where we would go.
We didn't get a chance to go over there. We wanted to eat at the buffet, like
the Goofy buffet.
Goofy's Kitchen or whatever.
Fucking, it was almost $100 for the 2 of us.
Oh my god! Yeah, they're like, it's $50 each. We're like, see ya. Like,
no, we actually ate. We actually ate there.
Yeah.
But it was like,
if it were just Mike and I, we probably would have done it. But as a family, it's really expensive.
They had so much shit there. They had peanut butter and jelly pizza.
What?
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly. How was that? How'd that taste?
I think it was really, really, really sugary and strong.
That just doesn't sound very good to me.
Well, it was like a dessert pizza.
Peanut butter and jelly. Okay.
It was like a dessert pizza. It wasn't like pizza sauce and jelly and peanut butter. It was one of the desserts they had in the dessert section.
That's cool.
I can't even really remember what else they had. Probably some really gourmet mac and cheese.
So you guys did stay at the Disneyland Hotel? Did you like the room? This is before they had their big remodel, was it?
Probably, because it looked very fucking 50s.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It has the Mickey hand holding up the thing. I could even show you some pictures.
Yeah, because when we went last year, this was just as they finished everything they remodeled at the Disneyland Hotel, because they redid everything, and the room was gorgeous. They had that big old headboard over the bed that lights up, and it has like a little music box in it.
Oh, really?
It has like what is it? I think it's like When You Wish Upon a Star, and it lights up and it does a little lullaby. It was really cool. And we had this big giant the windows in there looked over into downtown Disney. It was a really great view.
So here's us on the plane on the way there.
Oh, you guys are such babies.
I know, right?
You're so little.
How young we look.
I know. Look at you. That's crazy.
That's in front of the hotel. Still. This is downtown Disney. Oh, see, because I got her the hat and I was like, take a picture.
Oh, there you go. Get underneath that. There you go. That's cool.
That's from our room.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is all different. Crazy.
Is it really?
Yeah. The entire pool. It's not Neverland themed
right
anymore, because it was like Peter Pan,
maybe.
Birds Cove. Okay, well, it's like the monorail. It's like a huge. They redid it, gutted it out. There's like 4 different pools now, and the slide is themed like the monorail.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And this is where Goofy's Kitchen is, right?
Yes.
Somewhere over
right
here. And I think this is where we came to eat.
This is the pavilion, right?
Maybe.
Because that's all painted. It's not red anymore.
We came here to eat. That little shop was down here somewhere. Gotcha. That might have been it. I don't think so, though. Yeah, here's from our window again. You know what?
Completely redid all of it.
Maybe it was close. Yeah, so here's the pool area. I think we ate right there. That's where we ate, right here.
And this is all blue now. All the buildings are blue. We stayed up and over here. And then each building has a different theme. There's Adventureland, there's Fantasyland, and then I think Frontierland's the other one. So it's all themed. So when you walk into the lobby, it's all differently themed.
Yeah, because it was just kind of plain when we went there. We're like, oh, this is the Disneyland Hotel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's nice and pretty now.
Okay,
They really souped it up.
Was that the Matterhorn?
Matterhorn, yeah.
Space Mountain. There's Melissa in our room.
That's cool.
It's out in front. Out in front again. Out in front again. Same pose. There's me with my Tower of Terror shirt on.
Tie-dye shirt. That's awesome.
And we've got our fucking lanyards from the Tower of Terror on with our names on them. That's from the previous year. This is where they have weddings. We didn't get married here. but we do.
Oh, that's sweet. Though. I like that.
This is
Disney?
Yeah, because there's the Disney
California.
store.
This is the California Hotel.
Yes, the Grand Californian.
Yeah.
That was nice looking.
How cool would it be
expensive.
to like have one of these rooms up here and just look down and like people watch?
It'd be awesome, yeah.
How cool! Like they got live music down there sometimes. So you just sit out there. And
yeah, exactly.
Music and Tobias is really effing expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I like her face in that picture. Just, what?
This is where they have the. I think they just have
Steamboat
Lincoln.
Willie and the is it the theater where they have all the little cartoons or?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is the one with the cartoons. There's the Cinderella's Castle. Walt Disney, or is that Cinderella's Castle?
I think it's Sleeping Beauty's, yeah, because the inside of it has the.
It's the walkway, isn't it?
Yeah, the walkway.
I thought that was Cinderella's
like,
Castle.
Storybook. I think Disney World has.
Cinderella's Castle.
Yeah.
Okay. Space Mountain. A bunch of blurry pictures
yeah,
in the
it's
dark.
so dark. What's your favorite ride? Which one do you like?
Tower of Terror.
Okay, in Disneyland.
Probably Space Mountain.
I figured.
Indiana Jones instead of Aladdin.
Okay. I heard you telling Mike about that in the last podcast. That's cool. That would have been so cool to see.
It was pretty
again.
awesome.
Because I've only ever seen videos of that kind of stuff, not, in real life.
I've got that video. Here we are at Splash Mountain.
That's one of my favorite rides. Which is so funny because I hated it when I was a kid. Because when I was little, I hated that dropping feeling you get when you
I love that. You know what we did?
It scared the shit out of me.
All 3 nights, because we were there for 3 days. All 3
Yeah.
nights at the end of the night, as the park was closing, people were leaving.
That is the best time to go on this ride.
This is what we did. We must have done it 20, 50 times, and then we were
Yep.
fucking soaking
Soaked.
wet. You'll see my feet.
Can you just go home afterwards and?
And we did that
fine.
every single night.
Yeah.
And I think one night we're like, let's see if fucking Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is still open, because it gets all hot when you get into like the hell part.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's go there because we're kind of cold. And then like I got super sick when I got home. Like,
oh no.
like I don't know what happened, but my voice just was gone. I couldn't talk, and I don't know. I mean, it was obviously from this ride, but like I didn't have a. It's kind of a cold, but it's never happened to me that before. Where my voice is just
like
I couldn't talk at all.
That's weird. Those damn Southern California germs.
Yeah, well, we were soaking in that fucking Splash Mountain water.
You're right though, but that's what Mike and I do. That's usually our last ride every night because
Just
like
go
nobody else
over
is
and over
on
and
it.
over again, and like the poor people that would also go on it, because like I weigh so much, and I would always push all my weight on it when we're going down.
Yeah.
And there's more water going at the end of the night because it's been going all day, so it's splashing everywhere, and it was just
I like the
they
smell.
got soaked.
Like
The smell of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, it's like wet pennies. It's like wet metal.
Wet wood.
And it's and wood. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no, that's the
love it.
smell.
But
Like
first
I'll
it just
smell
hits
that
you.
every now and then. I'll
I
be like,
know,
I
like,
need to go to Disneyland.
I know. That's what happens. Like we have a big old like ice machine at work, and every time I open it and I get the ice,
It smells like that. That's the smell you get.
That I get. I'm like, damn it.
Fuck that.
Couple more months, you know.
This is Jungle Cruise ride. There's me with the white rabbit. There's a better
that's
picture.
all different. This is so different now. It's crazy.
There's 4 pools.
4 pools, all shaped like little Mickey heads.
Well, that's strange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where we would go eat, right there.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's different. It's the same. I mean, it's the same place, but the whole
building
outside
is
of it
different.
looks so different.
This is the inside
These
of our
are
room.
still in here.
The
They
Mickey
still have
hands holding
those.
the shit.
But the interior is much different.
Yeah, look at it. It's like all 50s style.
Yeah, it is very much 50s.
This is us in the elevator, and she's got her Hollywood Tower Hotel shirt on.
Oh, okay.
The non-scary version.
Yeah.
There's the AMC Theater in downtown Disney.
Mike and I went and saw Wreck-It Ralph. I fell asleep. we decided to go see it on the very last night that we were at Disneyland, and we got out at like 10:30, and we were just exhausted.
No
Mike
doubt.
and I were like, we don't want it to end, even though we're so tired.
It's so sad.
We went to AMC, and I ended up falling asleep halfway through the movie. I didn't remember a thing.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Do you ever eat at the Rainbow Cafe?
We do. We at least try to do it at least once every time we're there.
When we went last time, because my sister was living there, I was like, hey, we're in town, let's go eat.
Hey.
Yeah, so we went and ate here.
That's what I do because my grandmother lives in LA, so every time we meet her, it's every birthday. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we do too. The Disneyland ducks.
She's chasing
They're
the
just
ducks.
everywhere. Everywhere. They can have their own like reality show. Because there's so many, you know what I mean? Like, Disney ducks.
I guess.
They can. They're everywhere.
And last time we went, the movie store wasn't there. The movie memorabilia store. It was there when we went here when we got married, but it was gone when we went last time. On downtown Disney, they just had a movie memorabilia store.
Oh, yeah, I never.
With, like autographs and just posters and shit. They didn't have it anymore. It's gone.
That's weird. You think that would have? That's really odd. I wish I could have seen that. I didn't even know they had that there.
This is all different when we went last, because this is when we got married, and we went in 2011. This is in 2008.
Okay.
That's all different now. I think they might have pushed
California's
it forward or
gone.
got rid of it. Yeah, it's gone.
The whole California's gone, and then it's all Buena Vista Street. It's all.
And it was a huge maze when we went last time. Yeah.
Now.
I love that. They were building it when they were building it when we went there.
I know, and like you said, it's like a maze.
It was just, because they just had walls, and we couldn't.
They get the big Carthay Circle Theater, where
The Little Mermaid is.
No, it's a remake. They remodeled it, not remodeled, but they basically remade the Carthay Circle Theater where Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was premiered.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually a restaurant. So they made a replica of it. That's what the word I was trying to think of. And so yeah, it's a big old restaurant in there now.
And there's the Mickey head lighting up. We were able to get that.
Haunted Mansion.
One of the posters, yeah.
I actually have the entire audio on my iPod.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Of the original, not the Nightmare Before Christmas, but the actual Haunted Mansion.
There's Goofy. There's Mickey. There's me.
There's your face.
There's Melissa's face.
Nemo.
Yeah. We were waiting in line forever. Or this was the ride that we went to on our last day because we're like, oh, the line's so long, we'll hit that up first.
Yeah, this is one of the ones you have to ride first, definitely.
Because it's just underwater.
Well, it's one of those rides that, like, you ride once when you're there. You don't ride it. It's not one of the ones you keep on riding. Like, if you're tired, you need a break, you need some air conditioning.
Don't even bother going on it.
You get in there. Well, it's like Small World. Like, Small World's annoying.
Which I've never been on. I've never been on it.
You have to ride at least once.
I want to, but Melissa's like, no. And then they were remodeling it when we went.
Oh, okay.
So I never got to. They're remodeling it the other time too. Here, probably, I think.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, just ride it at least once.
I want to.
Everybody hates it, but you know what?
I don't think I'll hate it
without it. And they added like cool like Disney characters to it now, because usually it was just.
Yeah. That's what they were doing
Disney
when we went last.
Which is cool. And then during Christmas, it's awesome too.
This picture's funny because Melissa's got this look on her face because
she looks scared.
This is Matterhorn.
Yeah.
And it's starting to go, and I'm turning around with the camera in my hand to take a picture, and she doesn't want it to go, and then like lose the camera.
Yeah, she's like, hurry up, take the picture,
man. There's Buzz. I almost called him Woody. Tomorrowland. Blue. Another Pirates picture. Is that the Haunted Mansion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going. This will be the first time Mike and I have actually gone for Halloween. We've never gone during the Halloween when it's all decked out.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Really?
I like everything but the Haunted Mansion.
You like the original at the Nightmare for Christmas.
Yeah. And see, this is me taking it with the flash on, so you don't get the
illusion. The projections.
The projections. That's it. And there's Club 33, the infamous. Yep. Mm-hmm. We rang the doorbell.
With no CM green. This is what they call that color. They actually purposely, I've read about it, they've purposely painted trash cans and like exit doors and all this kind of stuff in that color because it's like the most unrecognizable or unnoticeable color in the color spectrum. Sorry, so that people just walk by it, so you don't notice a trash can. You don't notice that this is there.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we rang the doorbell to see if we can get in, and then like
you have to knock on it.
No, there's a doorbell.
Well, there's a doorbell, but then there's like a secret knock you have to put in.
Well, some lady opened it.
Oh, did she?
And she got all pissed off when like we weren't members or whatever.
Can we come in? No.
Pretty much. It's Tarzan's Treehouse, Indiana Jones. Those are my eyeballs. Space Mountain. Again, yeah, we love Space Mountain. Here's what Mike likes. This is what he wants to do, but he's too big.
Yep, he wants to do the Jedi
How old are you,
training.
son?
We can just pretend like he's like mentally challenged, and they won't know the difference, right?
Disneyland. There's Melissa with Goofy, and she was petting the lambs or sheep.
Zoo up there.
I was like, don't touch that.
The sheep, they're cute. Now they have goats you can go and pet.
And there's Splash Mountain again. It was a time when the critters were closer to the folks and the folks were closer to the critters. And you might even say things were better all around. more shit because we love Splash Mountain.
Yep, that's like that one's one of my favorites.
Indiana Jones.
That's Mike's favorite. That and Star Tours.
I don't know why anyone likes Star Tours.
But you haven't seen the new one.
I have seen the new one.
You have
I
seen
was
it?
there. Yeah, they had the new one up.
Yeah, no, Mike loves it.
There's the princesses.
Oh, God, they changed California Adventures so much. It's crazy. Did you see the Aladdin show?
No, I didn't.
The theater?
No, we didn't do
It's
that.
pretty good. It's the first time I saw it was a couple years ago.
This is the best ride ever.
Cannot get me on that ride.
I don't know why. It's
I
amazing. And I love the Twilight Zone.
Okay, the first time I rode it ever, I was with my mom, my dad, and my sister, and my friend Sam. And I had no idea what kind of ride it was. I'd never been on before. All I knew was that the doors open, people scream. I didn't realize it was dropping, okay? So, like, the entire time, my dad knew. My dad knew exactly what it was. So we're in line, I'm getting all excited, and I'm like, you guys sure that it doesn't drop? And it's like, no, it doesn't drop at all, it's fine. Like, I've been on it before, you'd be great. And then Sam, my friend's name's like, yeah, Kelly, it'll be fine, it'll be cool, and you're gonna love it. It's like, there's no dropping, don't worry about it. So we get all the way up there, and I get in the seats, and I'm like, how does this work? Because this really looks like it's something that's gonna drop. And my dad's like, no, seriously, it's fine. So I was convinced that there was no dropping. And so the part where you're like looking into, like, it opens the door and you're looking down the hallway and you see the ghost.
And it turns into
and all of a sudden just
night.
goes, black, and it just drops. And oh my god, I was screaming my ass off. I was so pissed off at my dad. I was so angry because this is at the time where
technically it's not a drop, it's more of a push.
It's a drop.
It's a push.
It's a drop. And this is during the time where I hated that feeling. I purposely wouldn't ride roller coasters. I hated Splash Mountain because that dropping feeling. I couldn't.
That's what
I
it is.
couldn't breathe, and like it freaked me out. But at the end of it, I'm like shaking. And I'm like, I think I was hyperventilating, so I couldn't feel my hands. They were all tingly, and my dad and Sam were laughing their asses off.
I start laughing
so
much.
I
start laughing so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that feeling, and it just makes me feel all good inside.
Now,
and I start
love
laughing.
it. See, I love it. But I have such a bad memory of it that I really I can't go on that ride. And I've told Mike before, I was like, if I didn't have to wait, there wasn't a wait, and I just went straight up there and got it over with and did it.
It was one of the fastest rides that we were able to go on.
But I psych myself, like waiting in line. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna be
Well, you wait in
line.
line.
Oh my god.
And then you stand there and you watch a video.
Yeah.
And then you wait in line again.
Yeah.
And then you kind of watch another video, and then the ride starts.
The whole time, I'm the kind of person that I'll psych myself. I do. I make it out worse than it really is. So the entire 45 minutes I'll be standing in line, I'm like panicking and and I can't. It's just not fun to me. And that's why Mike, I'm sure he's told you this story, how he got me on there once, and I haven't done it since.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm sitting there screaming at him, I hate you. He's pointing at me, laughing.
And then we've got, what is this, Big Bear Splash?
Grizzly
River Run. Grizzly River Run.
Yeah.
And then here's Melissa soaked wet.
Yep. Every time. There's no getting out of that ride without getting wet. It just doesn't happen.
Sometimes, early on.
Well, your butt always gets wet.
Yeah, your butt and your back will get wet.
Yeah, always. There's no avoiding it.
Oh, and they changed this too. This isn't, that's a Mickey now.
This is a Mickey head now. Then
I think that's different.
Still there.
That's still there?
Yeah, it's still there. But the orange, if you go to the next picture, that giant swing orange.
Oh yeah, no, it's the music
Silly
one. It's the musical
Symphonies.
melodies.
Yeah.
Silly Symphonies.
Yeah.
Because it was just it was a B ride. I always call it the B ride.
That one's gone too. Somebody died on that, and they got rid of it. It's the one that you sit down and it shoots you up, then you come back down.
We went on it once.
They have those vomit
screens,
yeah, so you don't puke.
Because what I hated, it's essentially the same ride as the Tower of Terror one is.
Yeah.
But when I went on it, I just felt like when we went up, that it wasn't going to stop. That you would just keep going up until it shot off, and then you.
Yeah, I never rode it, obviously, because I didn't like that. My dad's he's a pretty brave guy, and he loves the Tower of Terror. He refused to go on that ride after that.
That's not there anymore?
Scare the crap out of him. No, a little
girl
fell out of it.
They have the same ride at Elitch Gardens in Denver.
Do they? Yeah.
And that's where we went.
It's gone.
Last year. They still got it in Denver.
I know. No, somebody got. I think somebody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody died on it, and they had to get rid of it.
Good. I hated it. Although I'm pretty sure it was there when we went. Maybe not. And you know what? Maybe I do remember saying something like, "Where's that one ride at?"
Because it hasn't been there for like 2 years. The last 2 times I've gone, it has been there. So.
There's one black kid right here. This is the picture with the kid drinking the soda, Melissa. You know which one I'm talking about. Chip and Dale. Manny, I guess, is that guy's name?
Handy Manny.
Handy Manny.
Stitch.
Yes. There's my feet all wrinkly from Splash Mountain.
That's how much you guys rode it?
I think this is just us at the end of the trip.
That's
on our way out. Leaving, yeah, and then we're back to those. Alright, so let's call that part 1.
Alright.
And that is at hour and 10 minutes. Not so bad. So we'll see you in part 2.